today's video, I'm going to be presenting to you guys the best snacking habit for bulking. Now, this one you can't beat, right? As soon as you start implementing this snacking habit into your day, things are just going to go up from here. And I'm going to explain why in today's video. But let me just introduce myself before I get into this. So my name is Ryan, I'm 19 years old, and within the past 4 years, I've completely transformed my physique from this in 2021 to looking like this in 2025, and we're nowhere near done, and I'm on a mission to help as many skinny men bulk and gain weight, gain muscle, whatever you want to call it, as efficiently as possible. So enough of the yapping, let's get straight into this snacking habit for bulking, because I promise you, after you implement this, things are going to change so much. Now, you're probably asking, Ryan, what the fuck is this? Stop stalling and just tell me, okay? I will tell you, alright? And it may not necessarily be something you might be thinking about, alright? Whether you think it's a superfood, whether you think it's, I don't know, it's just not that, alright? The best snacking habit for bulking is actually not snacking at all, right? And you may not necessarily have expected that, as I just said, but let me explain why in this video. There is a catch to this, right? There is obviously you can snack for bulking, right? But in the context I'm about to talk about, snacking on the bulk isn't necessarily the best thing to do, right? This is because generally when people snack, right, it means that they're feeling a little bit hungry throughout the day. It's just a random time throughout the day, and that is the key word as to why no snacking on the bulk is important. Random, okay? So many people, and when people snack in general, it tends to be at random times throughout the day when they have a tiny spike in their appetite in order to just satisfy their appetite and satisfy their hunger needs, right? Even though it may be a little spike, they still have a snack at a random time throughout the day. Now, you may be asking why I'm emphasizing the word random so much. Now, I've talked about this in a few videos, but I just want to bring it up again because it's super important. If you are trying to bulk, then obviously you've got to be eating in a calorie surplus. Now, a calorie surplus is basically you eat more than what your body needs day to day in order to gain weight. So you've got to eat a lot of food, right? It's not easy. It's pretty difficult, especially if someone has a low appetite and struggles with eating food. Now, the reason why snacking at random times throughout the day is really bad for this, because you may be thinking that if you snack at random times throughout the day, you're going to be shocking your body, therefore you're going to get more food in you. But that's just not the case at all, because snacking at random times is bad throughout the day because as humans, we have a hormone in our bodies called the ghrelin hormone. Now, if you watch my channel regularly, then you'll know all about this, so you can just sit back and relax. However, if you don't know about this hormone, it's basically the hormone that stimulates our appetite. To put it long story short, it's the hormone that sends a signal to our brain to tell me that I'm hungry, and therefore my appetite stimulates. And if we're eating at random times throughout the day, then this hormone and the message it sends to the brain won't necessarily know accurate times to tell the body and me when I should feel hungry throughout the day, because we haven't built up these consistent eating patterns. Therefore, we're just going to be hungry at 3 p.m. this day, 2 p.m. that day, 6 p.m. that day, and we don't have a consistent structure. And in my personal experiences, as I've gained over 26.5 kilos in 4 years, pretty successfully bulking, the one thing that's been really important to me is having consistent eating habits. And I don't necessarily mean by eating the same foods for 4 years, but I mean having consistent eating times, having a schedule, having a routine of when I eat my meals. When am I going to eat my breakfast every day? When am I going to eat my pre and post workout meal every day? When am I going to eat my lunch every day? When am I going to eat my dinner every day? You can even throw a snack in there. However, as I said at the beginning of the video, it's not like you can't snack, but this is my point. You have to have your snack at the exact same time every day, because what we want to do is we want to help our body and help this ghrelin hormone recognize these patterns. Therefore, it knows when to send a signal to the brain to tell me when I should be hungry. Therefore, I'm going to feel hungry at the right times throughout the day. Therefore, when it actually comes to me eating, I'm going to feel hungry, right? So let me put it this way, right? If you don't eat at the same times every day, right? So for example, one day you eat lunch at 2 p.m, one day you eat lunch at 3 p.m, one day you eat lunch at 11:30 a.m. because you just got hungry, one day you're eating lunch at 12 p.m, then the times are going to be all over the place, right? Your body's not going to know what to do. But the body's not going to know when to tell you to be hungry, right? So by the time you eat lunch the next day, the likelihood of you not being hungry for that is going to be very high because your body has no idea what to tell you, right? Your body's going to see you eating lunch and it's going to be like, oh, he's now eating lunch at 1:30. I thought he ate lunch at 11:30 yesterday, and 3 p.m. the day before, and 2 p.m. the day before. It's just going to be confused. This hormone and your brain is going to be absolutely, mind boggled because it doesn't really know how to help you in this situation because you're sort of working against it, right? You're not necessarily communicating when you want to eat these foods, so it can't necessarily help you build these patterns. I really hope that makes sense because this is genuinely the banker to a lot of people when bulking. And when they get in this habit, it can genuinely make such a big difference, okay? The human body works best when there's pattern recognition. When the pattern has been identified, the human body can operate the best it possibly can in order to give you maximal benefits whilst you're doing X activity, right? So, for example, if you go to the gym at the exact same time every day, then your body's going to start to recognize these patterns. Therefore, nearer the time you go to the gym, your body's naturally going to start to prime itself. You're going to start to naturally feel like, oh, I want to move some heavy weight, I can't wait to train, etc., etc. And this is just evident through sleep, right? The circadian rhythm. It's basically how the body clock operates every day, right? When you start to go to bed at the same time, you're going to start to wake up at the same time every day. And that is just like the most healthy sleep you can possibly get. Obviously, if you're getting enough sleep, of course. The human body's going to be able to operate better when you have consistent sleeping patterns, all right? So that is why eating at the same time every day, in my experiences anyway, is the key, right? So just before I close this video off, what I want you to go away and do right now is identify your eating patterns. When are you going to eat breakfast, or when are you going to eat pre-workout meal, or when are you going to eat the post-workout meal, or even your lunch, or even your dinner? Or even if you want to keep a snack in there, I'm not saying that you can't have snacks, as I said, but you just got to make sure it's at a consistent time so your body can work with you. You don't want to work against your body. You want to use your body to an advantage. Help your body identify and recognize these patterns so it can help you, um, you know, maximize your output with eating in a calorie surplus. And I guarantee you, it's going to make things so much easier for you. Now, that is the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it if you have stayed this far. And as a thank you, I would love it if I could invite you guys into my very own free online community. It's called the SlimToSculpt Alliance, where we have the mission of helping as many skinny men who struggle to gain weight, struggle to progress in the gym and build muscle efficiently, to help them do those things in the most efficient fashion possible. As a matter of fact, when you join the community, you can book your very own call with me. We can talk about what you're doing right, we can talk about what you're doing wrong, we can talk about your progress, we can talk about what you want to improve, we can talk about your goals and how you're going to get there. And most importantly, if you have any problems right now in the gym with weight gain, progress in the gym, we can turn those problems into solutions. So if you would like to speak with me, thank you very much. I'll be very excited to speak with you. But if you just want to stay on the YouTube channel, then that's completely fine. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure you do the basic three: drop a like, drop a comment, and obviously if you want to stay around for videos in the future, then a cheeky subscription I'll be very grateful for. Alright, so without further ado, if you want to hop on a call with me, then my community is going to be the top link in the description. It's completely free, no strings attached, and without further ado, I will see you in the next video.